You know, if an 18 or 19-year-old woman chooses to sleep with an older man, she's of legal consent in Beijing. She can do that. He's not,
Okay.
you know, she can make that choice. But when it becomes a relationship, that's how I see manipulation and power dynamics can take play, because a relationship, obviously a lot more goes into it than just hooking up.
Well, I think like a relationship should be more meaningful than sex. Like I just
Exactly.
no, that this doesn't make sense. Like it's okay for her to give her body away to an older man to use it, but it's not okay for her to give her body away to an older man who takes care of her and wants to be in a relationship with her. Then he has to be manipulative. Like that doesn't. I would argue that there's probably more manipulation to get her in the sack than it is to like have that long-term relationship.
So, we have a couple of girls talking about how a scenario where an 18 or 19-year-old woman chooses to sleep with an older man when she's of legal age in Beijing. She can totally do that and make her choice for herself. But when it becomes a relationship, that's how I see manipulation and power dynamics can take play, because in a relationship there's a lot more that goes into it than just hooking up. Now, this is the stance of the girl who spoke first and made this her point. Thankfully, the other girl had sense and told her this was BS, and said a relationship should be more meaningful than just intimacy in the bedroom. But it doesn't make any sense here, because it's okay for her to willingly give her body to an older man to use it just for bedroom intimacy, but it's not okay for the girl to give her body away to the older man who takes care of her needs and wants to be in a relationship with her. That doesn't make him manipulative. In fact, the only person being manipulative is the girl here who's using her body to be with an older man because she knows he's loaded and will be able to her set expensive hotel stays, luxury bags, and heels trips to other countries, and great food and a great lifestyle as well. The man is straightforward. He isn't trying to be something else. He's taking what you're giving him and doing what he can to provide for you and give you gifts, which he does with other women too. The difference here is that for you, those gifts are a rarity and luxury, so you feel ultra special and validated. So the girl in the video completely contradicts herself and confuses everyone else as well, and doesn't even realize what she's saying. I've discovered that practically all relationships involving men and women contain emotional abuse, if not outright manipulation. And manipulation is a tactic women use all the time, as you just saw in the clip shared at the beginning of the video. The major ways that weak men in society influence and enable other people to do what they want them to do are primarily through blackmail and emotional manipulation. These guys are typically mentally servile to women and always seek to placate them. Men who are strong, independent, and self-reliant do not interact in this way with other men who are also strong, independent, and self-reliant. Please don't take offense at the comment. It will take someone a long time to grow into a strong, independent, and self-reliant man. From the time he is a young adult until early adulthood, it is highly unlikely that he will develop in such a way. He also won't be born that way. But some individuals do. Because of the way our society and culture are organized, people easily become enmeshed in them. Where they are in life is mostly determined by where they fit in that group. This explains why people hold on to their opinions so tightly. This is crucial to understand, since when it comes to a man's health, well-being, and strength, even one element out of place can cause the entire system to malfunction. As a result, a man may be taking care of his food, exercise routine, financial future, habits, and social life, among other important aspects of his life, but still have a significant problem in one area. This might be a relationship with a woman, a relationship with his ex-wife, an abusive coworker, or an abusive friend. If they feel forced to deal with it or unable to alter it, many men will find it challenging to focus on that one problem and prevent it from having an impact on a larger domain. In fact, I think it's very much like a huge electrical system. You are watching each move it makes. You understand that the system that powers a city will shut down if there is even a minor electrical short anywhere along the wire. One short, or one fuse or failure, and you're done. That is why I'm here to tell you that a guy doesn't engage with the world or with other men in the same manner that a woman or a feminine man does. Instead, men interact with the world and with other men in different ways. They don't engage in emotional manipulation, playing the victim card to gain sympathy or deceiving others. Their approach is a lot more straightforward and to the point. Personally, if you don't treat me with transparency, fairness, and honesty, I won't do business with you. I can't make anyone do anything right, but I can guarantee that I won't treat you that way in my interactions with you. A trustworthy parent wouldn't trick their kid. So, when a good man interacts with another decent man, he first acknowledges that the other man has expectations and boundaries for how you should treat him. He just wouldn't be acting in that way. He won't interact with you and won't be able to stop you from acting that way if you don't adhere to those. He does have the choice to fully shun you, though. This is known as the good man's way of acting. They will only cooperate if there is a genuine exchange of value. They can only exchange value, such as you have a pen or pencil, and I have $1, if both parties choose to interact commercially. You want that dollar, and I want a pencil or pen. So we agree to make a transaction. You can see how it benefits both of them, given that one of them has a ton of pens and the other needs one, but has some extra cash, in that is how free people connect. The reason free men use this kind of communication is that if there is even a small shortage anywhere down the line, it will cause the entire system to collapse, no matter how big, powerful, or capable it is. I've been seeing people who are working to improve their lives in a variety of ways, but I'm mostly talking about their weight and physical health, because I see people who are doing everything right, but yet aren't seeing any results. I experienced that myself. So, how is it possible that someone who isn't overeating, exercising, and controlling their stress still isn't getting in shape or losing weight? They are therefore sharing a home with someone who interacts with the world by abusing and manipulating other people's emotions, despite the fact that they practice healthy food and exercise routines and effectively manage their stress. They will eventually become melancholy and ill because they respect honesty and integrity and get along with people in a free market and free trade. They will find it challenging to focus just on that one unpleasant element of their lives, while still making improvements in all the others, especially if they are young or still learning and developing. Everything must be in place for them to advance and keep a positive attitude. Due to the fact that he teaches a different way of dealing with the world than through emotional abuse, the father or male role model is crucial. You can tell that this is an emotional appeal when dealing with the snowflake, the extreme leftist, the socialist, or the social justice fighter, because they're not getting what they want. In other words, because of their training, they don't see that their behavior is wrong and counterproductive. The vote total for them remains the same even if they are shouting to the heavens, because they have nothing to contribute and nothing to exchange in a free and open market. The manipulative people resort to abuse and manipulation. You can understand how someone who is weak and dependent may employ these techniques. The situation presently is that you have a young, healthy person who wants to participate in a free market and treat other people with respect and decency. What a sight to behold, and what a source of envy for those who lack those skills or are reluctant to make the necessary sacrifices to advance to that level. Or perhaps they are simply physically incapable of rising to that level. Manipulation is the primary tool that modern women have and use against men. They're used to it since their teenage years and will continue to use it till their last breath. They will try to use your emotions against you in order to fulfill their own wishes. They will try to manipulate you into buying them gifts, into being okay with them, seeing other people, into moving closer to where they work, and into believing in whatever they want you to believe. There's no end to it, and it frequently succeeds with weak men. They are primarily chasing one thing, and they will put up with abuse solely for the sake of that one thing, which we all know. Thus, they fall for the manipulative tactics of women, both intentionally and unknowingly. Therefore, it is best for males to keep their distance from such women who you are aware will exploit and manipulate them. Sincerely, dating a contemporary woman is not a flex, if you know what they're wanting and maintain your composure, even if the woman tries to lure you by making your wildest wishes come true. The flex is greater. You must maintain your composure and stand by yourself. Men who consider themselves to be nice men are simply men who have never been able to stand their ground. They have never used their true brain, have only ever wanted one thing, and are too afraid to express their desires. They behave quite sensitively today, and yet are most vulnerable to exploitation by women. It is for this reason men need to conquer their emotions, not put women on a pedestal, and call them out for the BS that they seemingly ignore all the time. And that's how modern women tend to exploit men, causing more and more men to go their own way and choose not to date women at all. Thanks for watching The Circle of Kings. Show us your love by hitting like and by subscribing to the channel.